Hi everybody, this is Tricia Dycka, and today I wanted to discuss with you the conflicting messages that we are receiving from different gurus. People who are discussing, for example, law of attraction, manifesting, always being positive, changing your words, changing your thoughts. Now, what happens if you wake up in a pissy mood? How do you change that? I found that resisting that makes it worse. So if you kind of allow it to be there and just say, all right, I'm not having a good day right now, usually it changes it around. However, when we get these different messages from these gurus, we think, and it has happened to me on several occasions, what's wrong with me? Why is this not working? Why is it working for them? How come they're successful? And why can't I incorporate this into my everyday life? My biggest lesson, and one that I want to share with you, is that it may not work for you. Just because it works for somebody else and it makes them successful does not mean that it is made for you. One thing I have worked on and incorporated into what works for me is I'll take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and just bring it together. One of the things that I worked on in the very beginning was, what were my biggest strengths? One thing I never even realized that I did every day is when dealing with others, I had like a BS detector. And I would see, wow, that person's not being really truthful, or they may not realize what they're saying and what they're doing totally does not match. That is not a strength for everybody. Today I want you to step back and take all the messages from the gurus that you've had and incorporate what works for you and toss the rest. Not what works for them, what works for you. Look at your strengths. Even go back and ask a few of your closest friends what they see that you may not recognize. Because I did not recognize this quite a few years ago, that people brought it to my attention, and I brought awareness to it and said, oh my God, I do this all the time. But they also admitted to me they did not have that strength. So today, take a book, ask your friends, write it down. Write what works for you. I'm curious, send me what you think that you've heard works for others, that you have incorporated into your life that made you feel insecure because it didn't work for you. Try something new. I'd love to hear your 2 cents on what works for you and what doesn't. And it's okay if the guru's success does not work for you. It's not meant to work for everybody. It's not a one-size-fits-all deal. It never has been. And what works for me may not work for you, and vice versa. Try it out. Write it down. See where it leads you. Thanks.